Jeanne Cooper was an American actress, best known for her role as Katherine Chancellor on the CBS soap opera The Young and the Restless. At the time of her death, she had played Katherine for over 40 years, and her name appears on the list of longest-serving soap opera actors in the United States. Born October 25, 1928, Taft, California, United States. Died May 8, 2013, age 84 years, Los Angeles, California, United States. Spouse, Harry Bernson, M. 1954–1977. Children, Corbin Bernson, Karen Bernson, Colin Bernson. Grandchildren, Oliver Bernson, Finley Cooper Bernson, Henry Pays Bernson, Angus Moore Bernson. Height, 1.6 meters. Jeanne Cooper net worth $8 million. Early life. Jeanne Cooper was born in Taft, California, the youngest of 3 children of Albert Troy Cooper and his wife, the former Sylveth Evelyn Moore. The family lived in Kern County for several years, first in Taft until 1942 and then in Bakersfield. Her mother died on August 21, 1944, the year before Jeanne graduated from Taft Union High School. Her father lived for several more decades, dying on April 11, 1986. Career. Film and television work. Cooper began her acting career in the 1950s, performing initially as a supporting player in films with stars like Maureen O'Hara, Glenn Ford, Tony Curtis, and Henry Fonda. Her first film role was as Myra in the 1953 Western film, The Redhead from Wyoming. She later appeared in small roles in The Man from the Alamo, Overexposed, 5 Steps to Danger, Rock All Night, House of Women, 13, West Street, The Intruder, Black Zoo, The Glory Guys, Tony Rome, The Boston Strangler and Kansas City Bomber. Cooper was a fixture on episodic television throughout the 1950s and 1960s. In 1956, she was cast as Mrs. Hinton in the Rabbi Davis story of the religious anthology series, Crossroads. That same year, she portrayed Louise Douglas in Girl Bandit of Broderick Crawford's syndicated crime drama, Highway Patrol. She also appeared in the Wagon Train episode titled The Whipping and as Marie Conover in the 1957 Cheyenne episode titled Top Hand starring Clint Walker. Cooper played in Dix in the 1955 episode I Am Joaquin of the syndicated Western anthology series, Death Valley Days, hosted by Stanley Andrews. In the storyline, and searches with ultimate success for 8 years for the return of her young daughter whom the Mexican bandit Joaquin Murrieta, Cliff Fields, left at a Roman Catholic church after he boarded a ship and stabbed to death the girl's father, Captain Stephen Dix, played by John Domlayer. In 1957, she starred in one of the early episodes of 2 different Western series, NBC's Tales of Wells Fargo starring Dale Robertson, in the role of the woman bandit Belle Starr, and 2 episodes on ABC's Maverick. In 1959, she portrayed Duchess in a second Tales of Wells Fargo episode, Clay Allison. In 1958, she was cast in the episode Wheel of Fortune of the NBC Western series, Jefferson Drum, starring Jeff Richards as a newspaper publisher. Also in 1958, Cooper appeared as Lucy in the Sundown at Bitter Creek episode of the CBS Western anthology series, Dick Powell's Zane Grey Theater. She guest starred as love interest Myra in Wanted Dead or Alive starring Steve McQueen in S2E14 Man on Horseback, which aired December 3, 1959. In 1960, she again played Belle Starr in the Shadow of Jesse James episode of the TV series Bronco starring Ty Hardin. Cooper made 5 guest appearances during the 9-year run of CBS's Perry Mason starring Raymond Burr, beginning with the role of Laura Beaumont in the 1958 episode, The Case of the Corresponding Corpse. In the final season of the show, she made her 5th and final appearance as defendant Miriam Fielding in the 1966 episode, The Case of the Vanishing Victim. In 1962, Cooper earned her first Emmy nomination for her performance in Ben Casey. She appeared as a regular on NBC's Bracken's World Series about the movie business. She also appeared in episodes of The Twilight Zone, Hawaii Five-0, Mannix, Ironside, Storefront Lawyers, The Silent Force, Touched by an Angel, Gunsmoke, The Untouchables, among numerous other series. In 1965, she appeared in the ABC Network's Western television series The Big Valley as Elaine Baxter Jason, a mercantile store owner and an old friend of series character Victoria Barkley, Barbara Stanwyck. In another episode, she appears as the money-hungry aunt of Heath, Lee Majors. Her husband was portrayed in the episode by John Anderson, who years later became known as MacGyver's grandfather, Harry Jackson. Personal life. Cooper married television producer Harry Bernson, Jr., and they were together for 23 years before divorcing. In her book, released on July 31, 2012, Cooper makes it known that after their divorce, she and her ex-husband very rarely saw each other, only when family functions dictated, and they were not close or even friends before his death on May 31, 2008. The Bernsons had 3 children, all of whom are actors: Corbin Bernson of LA Law fame, born September 7, 1954, whose mother Cooper portrayed twice on that series, Colin Bernson, born March 30, 1958, and Karen Bernson, born August 17, 1960. Death. In 2013, shortly after a round of promotion for the YNR 40th anniversary, Cooper became ill due to an infection. She died on May 8, 2013, in a Los Angeles hospital. In addition to the infection, Cooper had been a heavy smoker most of her adult life and suffered from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Her final YNR scene was taped March 26, 2013, the exact date of YNR's 40th anniversary, and aired on May 3, 2013. Mom passed this morning, her son, Corbin Bernson, revealed on Twitter the day of her death. She was in peace and without fear.